Welcome back to OpenLine. On this Veterans Day, we're hearing really some remarkable stories from veterans. Happy to now have with us Daryl Macklin. He's the founder of A Soldier's Child Foundation. So Daryl, thank you for being with us.
Thank you, Ben.
Of course, Rusty Carroll's still here with Operation Finally Home. All right, tell us a little bit about your foundation. How did you start it? Tell us about it.
Sure. I started it by being neighbors of Henry and Faye Golzinski, and they lost their son, Marine Staff Sergeant Marcus Golzinski, March 27, 2007, and I lived across the street. And there were a number of things that really came together. One, Henry asking me the question, did it matter? Does anybody even care? And
so he asked you that question. How old was he when that happened?
Henry asked me. So that would be Christian's grandfather, Mark's father.
Okay.
Henry's, am I allowed to say, he's probably 60-something.
Okay, so he questioned whether it mattered. Okay.
Yeah, he was questioning, the question is to everybody in our country.
Right.
It wasn't just, directed towards me. It was a general question. Did it matter? Does anybody even care? And then I got to read a letter that Mark had written, Marine Staff Sergeant Marcus Golzinski. He wrote this letter defending why he had volunteered to go back for his second tour. And in the letter, he said, don't feel sorry for us. We are warriors. And as warriors that have gone before us, we fight and sometimes die so our families don't have to. Stand beside us because we would do it for you. It's our unity that has allowed us to prosper as a nation. And I remember the moment, the day that I read that, and it was like Arlington Cemetery crying out. All the men and women that have gone before Mark, and including Mark, and all those to continue to fight, to sign that contract that says they will defend the freedoms of others, even if they lose their life doing so. And in turn, what I found out is that question, did it matter, does anybody care? The children that are left behind are asking that question, and it's not being answered.
So what did you do? You took that, and how did you respond?
Yeah, well, it was just, I knew Christian's birthday. Young boy, there's that iconic photo of Christian Golzinski receiving his father's flag, and just his face. You see the courage and the heartache and the tears that he's holding back. His chin is buckling as he's receiving his father's flag. And I remember one night just staring at it. And it was when I was copping an attitude about all the chores going in to celebrate my own son's 6th birthday. And my daughter Nadia is here, and my son Malachi, my 10-year-old twins. And what I realized was I have my children, and they have me. I get to celebrate their lives. And I took it personal. I said, because Mark defended the freedoms I get to live out. And that was it. That was the moment. And Christian's birthday was a few months later, and just my family and I went to a bus ceremony they were doing for Mark in Lewisburg, and we had birthday gifts for Christian, and from there it grew to 3 kids and then 40, and we got our non-profit status, and we now serve close to 2,500 children all across the country. We're doing about 200 birthdays every month now. We have a journey camp, week-long journey camp. We have a hunting program. We have a televised fishing show. We have an adult leadership program, and we facilitate in college scholarships, again, to answer those questions. Did it matter? Does anybody care?
And were you surprised by how quickly it took off? What was, how did that go?
Yeah, I was. It was just everybody in agreement, and I guess it really, we use the color purple, and when you think of our country, the red and the blue, to separate the politics of our country, whatever. Well, when you mix those, you get purple. And I really believe that it's not a left or right thing, caring for the children. It's an American thing. And I believe most people really come in alignment with that. And that was the surprising part. When you shake somebody and you say, these are our own kids. We care as a country, we care for children all over the world. And yet somehow we're forgetting these kids, and everybody, it's like, you're right. We need to do more.
And do you feel like that's Is that what you kind of found, that the kids were almost forgotten? Because there is so much focus on helping veterans and being there for them, but have we been forgetting the kids?
Yes, we have. I can tell you story after story of Vietnam veterans, Korean War veterans coming up to me, children that have lost a parent in the Vietnam War that are now adults, saying, I remember this one story, it's a funny story. We were doing an event and they pointed to me and this two couples came over and the gentleman said, "Are you Daryl Mackin?" I said, "Yes, sir." He says, "Well, I've come a long way to tell you something." And I was like, "Okay." "What is it, sir?" He says, "Well, I've come to tell you that I'm one of your children." And I panicked.
Right.
And I looked at the guy and I'm like, "Man, there's no way this guy's my kid." So he said, serious deal. I was in the Navy. Anyway, he said, "Let me explain." I was like, "Please do." Go ahead. He said, "I was born in 1940 and my father died in the Battle of the Bulge when I was 2 years old." He said, "I've come this far." He traveled 6 hours. "I've come this far to tell you, even to an old man like me, what you're doing really matters, and don't stop." And that was like within the first year. And I haven't stopped.
And so when I hear this, Rusty, it's obvious this stands out. I mean, what a remarkable program.
Oh, there's no doubt. I mean, when we heard his story, there was absolutely no doubt. And to add on to what he was saying, it absolutely, the spouses and the children are ones that need support as well, because they have served as much as the veteran that was abroad.
We're a lifeline. We really are.
Absolutely.
We're changing lives. I know it. I see it.
And so what do you need? How could people help you? They see this, they're inspired. What could they do?
You know, the interesting part, thank you for asking, we receive no government funding. And so all of our funds, and we had $1 million budget this year doing everything we do. But it's been through small business, corporations. We have a program called CCAP, Compassionate Corporate America Partners. And we don't want a check. Well, we want a check, but we want more than that. We want partners, and what we do is we go on the road from LA to Miami to New York to Chicago, and we partner with corporate America, putting on these huge birthday events, shopping. We'll go and shop at a Walmart for 3 hours and spend $25,000 with like 100 volunteers. Then we'll bring everything back. We'll have a big birthday party, honor the children, honor the families, and then we'll wrap all these gifts for about 4 hours and then ship them all over the country for the upcoming month's birthdays. So in December, we have, this is our most ever, 202 birthdays.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, in the month of December.
And how much at Fort Campbell? So you're going all over the country.
Correct.
But we're obviously around Fort Campbell. How much around Fort Campbell?
Tennessee is the second biggest state that we serve. Texas is the first, with over 200 children. We have about 190 or so Tennessee children. And
so as we wrap up this segment, and again, thank you. I mean, what a great thing. Yes. What does you want people to take away? What would you want to leave people with?
You know, I really want, I believe we're setting the standard of caring for the children. And I really like to see a soldier's child become a household name in a way that people are caring and giving back to these children and answering those questions, because we have our families. So we need to let these kids know that, you know, what they have experienced, the loss of a parent in the military, that it matters to us and we care about them. They're not invisible and we honor them.
Well, thank you so much. What a great story. A Soldier's Child Foundation. Great organization. Thank you for being with us.
Thank you, sir.
All right, so we're going to take a break. We'll come back and we'll hear another story from another veteran. Be back right after this.
That's great. Thank you.